out the hard way when I was learning how to present that following a strict script for each slide makes it very, very difficult because it's not as organic. When you're following a script and somewhere, in the middle of your presentation, you forget something, guess what? You're going to be like, you're not going to be able to, it's going to be very awkward. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So first thing about properly presenting, whether you're the one presenting or whether, you get your prospects to, let's say, your upline or whatever, and they're doing the presenting for both you and whoever the presenter is, it all starts with how you look even on Zoom, right? I know because of the world of Zoom, because of the world of, like being remote and all that, a lot of people tend to relax a little bit. They're at home, they're comfortable. But remember, this is a business presentation, right? So when you show up for a business presentation, you show up as if you're going to a business meeting. And you're not going to show up in your business meeting in your like sweats, pajamas, or something like that, right? Because first impression is really very, very key. When the prospect sees you on Zoom and they see, okay, yeah, you're at home and all that. So number one, find a good place at your wherever you're doing it, at home or whatever, that's kind of quiet and all that. It's a little challenging for me because I have two doggies running around, so hopefully they cooperate today. But find a nice location, get a good backdrop if or use one of those. I see a lot of people use the virtual backdrops, which is also amazing, right? And then of course you dress the part. I'm not saying that like for the guys, I'm not saying that you have to be wearing a shirt and a coat all the time, but the key is to look professional because what you're trying to convey is that you value your prospect's time. All right. You're showing up to the Zoom because it's important to you to share this amazing opportunity. And you definitely have to look the part. Okay. So it all starts with that. And then, okay, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over, for some of you, it's maybe the first time you see these slides. It's actually very, it's not that different from the slides you've seen before, except the few slides that have changed is that we have the new slides for the enrollment packs, right? Because it's all simplified now. What these slides don't have yet is anything about the GLP-3. So I'm not sure when those slides will come out. Excuse me. When those slides will come out, but we're gonna work with what we have right now. Okay. All right. So let me just set myself up here. Okay. When you're presenting, I'm just going to provide keynotes, your posture, your demeanor, and exactly how you're coming across, right? The title slide is okay. A lot of people breeze through the title slide, which is very understandable. But when you start up with the title slide, this is actually where you set the tone, the confidence, the clarity, and the leadership, right? Here is your opportunity to basically let the prospect know, okay, like the the attitude that your prospect can expect. Excuse me. I'm still been battling this cough and congestions ever since the weekend, so it's been tough. Okay, so here's an example of what you can say for the title slide. Like, thanks for jumping on. Tonight or today is about sharing something that has completely changed the way I look at health, business, and what's possible for today's economy, right? It's a very simple sentence, but what it tells your prospect or whoever your audience is basically what you're sharing is something that you've personally experienced, and it's completely changed how you look at not only health but business. It's important to already mention business from the get-go, right? This will kind of already separate your prospects based on how their mindset is. it'll automatically pique the interest of your business potentials, like business-minded people, entrepreneurial people, and all that. Okay. But definitely, we're not spending a lot of time on this slide. It's just a quick setting the tone, setting the, letting the prospect know or see how confident you are about what you're sharing. Okay. I love this slide because you can actually pretty much read off of the slide because it really tells them what to expect. You're framing the conversation, right? It's obvious you're not selling. And you can even say, this is not a sales pitch. This is a conversation about a business model with, built on wellness, built on community and leverage. That's what I usually say at this slide, right? I kind of reassure them, okay, no pressure. You're not trying to sell anything. This is just a conversation, and you're going to share about a business model that's, based on proven wellness, based on an amazing community and how to use leverage. Okay. These next slides, I'm just going to give you examples. This is where you customize the slide. If you're the one presenting, this is where you put up your pictures of, you choose, something about your history, about your background that will give the prospect an amazing or a good idea about who they're talking to, right? So this one is the one that Holly put, and this is the one that I actually use for my presentation, right? Pretty simple. It's just, my life revolves around me, my wife, my grown son, and my daughter-in-law, and of course, my two babies. That's it. That's as simple as my life gets. But it speaks volumes, right? Like this is my why. This is why I said yes, right? Future grandkids, right? And of course, getting to spend a lot more quality time with my wife. So the real important thing about that you must remember about this kind of quick backstory slide, these are your trust slides. This is not about three. It's about you because you want your prospect to relate to you, right? They're not going to, whatever you tell them about three right now, if this is their first exposure, it's not going to make them connect with three, right? They won't have the same belief in three like we do because we've seen it. We've been with Daniel, we've been with Samson, with Kim, with George and Adrian, right? With Holly and Corbin. You're not going to be able to do that, and you're not trying to do that. This one is about you. This is where you tell them, this is my why. This is why I said yes. This is why I'm still here, right? Now, pointers. No long bios. Don't give them your bio since high school or anything like that, right? No, when you get to like the okay, you're gonna mention you love the products, but no product science. You're not gonna start, oh, because of immune and all that, I'm so healthy or whatever. Nothing like that. No income stories too. We try to refrain from, oh, I've made this much. We don't do that, right? You just want to be relatable, right? You just want to reach out to them as regular people, like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too. That's the main thing you want to come across with these personal slides. Okay. Now, leadership. Okay. So the main point of this slide, again, the one thing I love about these slides, you can actually kind of read off of the slides. It's so easy, right? When you're talking, Daniel Piku, 20 plus years as an innovative business leader, right? 8+ years in global econ. You can actually read off of that and it comes across very natural. But what you really want to drive here is the trust in the leadership, right? You've already kind of setting the stage where like for example, people are tired of, obviously are tired of being sick, overworked, underpaid. there's a lot of systems out there that are broken and all that, and people are more than ever looking for alternatives, right? I found this company where the leadership is just so impressive. So what do you call it? The word is maybe like leadership that you can trust. I, for me, it was actually a little easy for me when I talk about Daniel Piku because true story, I met him for 15 minutes for the first time at the launch in 2023. And I always leverage the fact that I've been a retired military officer for like 22 years. So I've seen all kinds of leadership. And it only took me 15 minutes to realize that Daniel Piku and Dr. Dan Gluber are the right people leading this business, leading this company, right? And you can tailor it to your own experience. For some of you, my fellow veterans out there, you can do that, because as veterans, we've worked under so many different kinds of leadership, right? So you tailor it to your experience, but the goal is to really just um, briefly tell your prospects, your audience, that we have the right leadership. Okay. Okay, the opportunity, right? Again, these are just bullet points, right? Science-backed simplicity. We are on a global expansion. We are on the ground floor. This is what we call high level only, like no real mechanics. Okay, no real mechanics. Three is positioned at the intersection of health, technology, and entrepreneurship. Exactly where the future is going. That's kind of one of the lines I use for this one. Okay. And I do have a PDF, like a one-page PDF that I prepared. I'll share it in the chat right after the training. Okay. And okay, here this slide basically the important thing about this is that why is three different? Now, mind you, I said different. I didn't necessarily say better. Okay. Let's not try to put that like try to convince our prospect that it's better. Let the prospect decide. How do we let them decide? We show them the facts, right? We are the only company where all of our products, well, after GLP-3 gets in, where all of our products are in the PDR, right? What they call it, clinical tests, third-party clinical tests, and all that. So different, not better. We let the prospect decide. Okay. And I usually say what attracted me here wasn't the hype. It was the scientific studies, the clinical backing, and the fact that our scientific advisory board is comprised of medical professionals from all different fields and from all different countries, actually, right? Here we go. Perfect segue into the scientific advisory board. Again, I don't spend a lot of time here because I forgot to preface it at the start. You want to be able to finish this presentation in 30 minutes or less. Actually, ideally, it'll be about 20 to 25 minutes. That's it, right? You don't want a really prolonged presentation because if you go over 30 minutes, you probably said too much already and you've gone on a lot of information, a lot of details. And I'll go over that a little bit more in a little bit. Okay, so and then of course we're gonna get to the products, right? Stay big picture, no deep science, right? We're not trying to be Dr. Googler here, right? We're not trying to be a scientific advisory board. The prospect or the audience will relate better with results when you talk about each product, don't be caught up with that. You have to remember all the ingredients and all that. You may want to, mention a couple of them, right? That's fine, but concentrate more on the results and how it's going to help them or how it helped you, what your experience was, right? Because but at the end of the day, they're not gonna remember that there's like quercetin, elderberry, zinc, selenium, or whatever in immune. No, they're not going to remember that. They're not going to remember that there's boswellia, black cumin seed, curcumin, turmeric, and all that in Revive, right? What they're going to remember is that, like for example, when I talk about Revive, I mentioned that I have degenerative arthritis in my lumbar and cervical spine. I've had it since I retired. And I used to have bad flare-ups 3 to 4 times a month. But guess what? Ever since I've been on Revive, it's now like reduced to like maybe 3 times a year.
Wow.
That really, opens their eyes. Wow, from 3 to 4 times a month to 3 times a year, it must really work, right? So, you know, um, something like, okay, our one thing I will say to make sure that you cover all the products, that our products are all clinically backed, all natural, right? And built around cellular health, which is true for all of our products, right? But more than that, they create stories, and that's why you share your experiences with them, right? This is where you're out, out of the like 20, 25 minute presentation, you get to spend about at least about 5 minutes here or whatever. So, okay. Business model overview. Oh, okay, and then of course, next slide, you can touch on, and other than our essential six, which I always say I believe every single person on this planet should be on the essential six. If you want to level up your routine, we have these. And I'm assuming when the new slides come out, we're gonna have a special slide for the GLP-3 because that's gonna be such a game changer as well, right? Okay, when you get to like who is this for, you're starting to dive into like um why this is something for them, right? Again, you can read the bullet points because again, these are very true, very factual, and very simple bullet points, right? It like who can this be for? Like anyone who wants to feel vibrant as they age. I always say that, yeah, that's definitely me, right? I turned 57 this year. Um,
Ooh.
and I definitely want to stay young enough to play with future grandkids if my daughter-in-law will actually start get going on that, right? Um, Something like, okay, everyone has noticed cost of living, increases, but the income stays the same. That's very true. Everyone can relate to that. And then the third one is specifically targeted for your business-minded people, right? We're looking for people who knows exactly what to do when their residual income starts coming in. Okay. So, um, and and this is a great slide where, you just a quick who's joining us, and then you kind of rattle off a few. I don't recommend reading each and every bullet point. No need for that. Your prospect or your audience can read for themselves, but you just highlight a few, right? I always mention medical professionals because, like, wow, our company's attracting a lot of medical professionals, right? Um, Teachers. I kind of do a contrast. Professionals versus like your, I don't know if they have it here. Stay at home, I just kind of make it simple and call them mompreneurs, right? Um, so. And then you frame here you get the chance to frame like why is the timing so perfect right now, right? Why is the timing so perfect right now? This is where you kind of just mention, the industry, especially after the pandemic, it's going to be a $9 trillion industry pretty soon, right? That's why has a lot of people rethinking, what really matters, right? How they work and all that. How to stay healthy. And then you're framing the problem. And then the last bullet, you just give them, you're providing your solution. This is your chance to build a something flexible, something meaningful, something you can call your own, all right? Now, when we get to this part, again, I actually just touch up on these different ways to earn income. I don't even like go through each and every one of them anymore. Again, because you're just providing concepts. This is not a compensation chart by any means. All right. Um, so to kind of cover all of them, I usually say something like this is a referral based model where people get rewarded for helping others. It's simple, it's scalable, and it's built for today's economy. So I plant those in their head. That way, especially when you're talking about when you're talking to like traditional business owners, right? Sometimes traditional business owners, depending on how if they have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, it could be very hard to get through to them because they feel that the traditional way of doing business is the right way to do business. Here it's like you're just taking advantage of people. There's a lot of people who think that way. So I plant those, I plant that sentence where this is a business model where people get rewarded for helping others. That kind of applies to, regardless of where they stand, right? We don't discuss ranks in detail. We don't discuss, percentages. You definitely do not do math breakdowns. Okay. Uh, that's definitely a no-no because this is your first exposure. You're not trying to teach them exactly how to, you're still just trying to let them know this is an amazing opportunity for them to really consider, right? So, um, when what you already mentioned the simple six when you went through them, and then here you could just kind of like, okay, um, to get started, we have several different packs because we understand people come from different backgrounds, right? Depending on your household needs or how much product you want to try for you, for your spouse, for your family, we have a pack that saves you money up front. It's important to mention that the reason we have these packs is to, number one, help people save as much money so that they can try the products. This is more for your product users, right? And number two, we have packs that can save you money to give you the best value. This is for your business-minded folks, right? This is for your entrepreneurial folks who are always looking to get the better deal, right? So, okay. Again, part of the business section. I really wouldn't go too deep in this. This is just, okay, so I kind of did an overview of the different ways to do income. This is just, okay, this is just the team commissions part. And it's as simple as, you have, two teams, one on the left, one on the right. And as volume comes up, you help your team earn commission, which is a cycle. I don't really go too deep into this, like, oh, you have to have 600 here, 300 here. They can read that for themselves. And then I don't really like, okay, it doesn't matter which leg it is, and it has to be 300, 600. It doesn't have to, it can't be 454. I don't go into those, right? Right. This one in yellow, the one in this caption is really important. You don't need a huge team to earn, you just need momentum, right? Because some people, oh, do I need a lot of people? You just kind of touch on that and then you let it go and you move on, right? Because they will have the questions later on, and that's where the follow-up comes in. Okay. So here again, it's a very easy slide. So what's next, right? You just ask them, right? You just ask them, hey, or you just kind of, if something sparked with you today, maybe it was the health. Maybe it's the idea that you can get healthier. Maybe it's the idea that you can earn extra income, right? Or maybe it's an idea that you can actually do this as well, right? If there's anything that, reach out and, we'll kind of guide you every step of the way. Okay. Um, One thing, so the main message I always convey whenever I do a presentation is that, this basically you're trying to get them to see the possibilities, right? What makes this different is the people, the culture, the leadership. You're not building alone. I always kind of emphasize that because the three things that you want to, the three questions that they always have that you want to have answered. Number one, okay, is this real? That's why you show about we have the slides about the clinical studies. We have the slides about the leadership and all that. This is a real company. We're here, right? Um, what's in it for me? That's where you have, the benefits of the products. That's where you also have the possible extra income they can do, right? And then lastly, is this something I can do? They all have that question, right? Regardless of their background. I'm not sure if I can do this. It's always prevalent. That's why that's where you um, try to build the belief, right? That's where the belief is built. That you say this is, what makes this different is the culture, the people, the leadership. You're not going to be doing this alone. Okay. Now, this one, I actually in my own slides, because I used the slides that, I actually kind of shifted the slides around where I actually prefer this slide prior to showing the packs. But you can do whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with when you're showing the slides. Okay. Uh, the important thing is you just want a natural flow. For me, I actually like this ahead because, okay, what's next? Well, one, you enroll for $30 for the whole year. Where else can you start a business for $30, right? Actually, now for 2 weeks, you can get started for $1, with a 100 point minimum purchase, right? That where I hope everyone's going to start taking advantage of that. I'm hoping to enroll somebody today on that one. Um, Place an initial order, then I actually jump to the different packs, kind of like go over that real quick, and then I go back. And then the next thing is to do is to set up the smart ship. This is non-negotiable. You heard Adrian say it. It is non-negotiable. Do yourself a favor from having to do a lot more work reminding people to keep buying the product so that their points don't flush. Get them on the smart ship. And you can be very direct when you say, if you want residual income, this is how we do it. Pick two of your favorite products. We'll set up a smart ship. You can change it anytime, right? You want to earn those $100 reward certificates every 6 months and all that. Okay. But you can go over those details later. You just set up the smart ship. Basically, you just plant that seed. Because again, remember, this is a lot of times this is their first exposure to this, right? So, what's smart ship? Like what? Set up smart ship. This is like part of being successful in this business and all that. And then lastly, you probably already know at least two people that you either can benefit from the products or are looking for an extra income or extra opportunity, right? You get them to start doing that and imagine the life we could build, right? This again, it's all about belief. It's all about, and then when you close it out, you were made for this. You kind of, this one is so nice. I just read off of the slide, right? You were made, for this, the Uber driver that we spoke to over the weekend. Again, that's why this is why you always share. He admitted in 2009, someone offered him an opportunity. He can't remember the name of the company. It was just one product. It was back in 2009 or 2004. I can't remember. He said no. He said, no, I'm not interested. He found out years later that that company became a billion-dollar company. So you know what he told me? I'm not missing my opportunity again. That's what he told me. Now, there's two more slides to this main, and I'm sure everyone's going to have it from your leadership, from your upline and all that. There's two more slides that I didn't show because they are actually a little bit more in depth into how to build the business. It's just two slides. I feel, and I did confer with Adrian on this. I feel that for a first exposure, if the person is just a new prospect, um, it's not necessary to show those slides because again, you don't want to overwhelm them. If at the end of your presentation they say that they understand everything, guess what? You spoke too much. You told them too much. The actual response you want is that they want to know more. After that short presentation, 20, 25 minutes, they want you pique their interest and it sets you up for the perfect follow-up. Okay? It sets you up for the perfect, but they're gonna have questions. Hey, perfect. Those are amazing questions. Let me get you on a group chat or a group call with my mentor and my business partner because and I use this line all the time too because I'm still learning the ropes. I'm still learning the ropes and my mentor and I'll usually get them with one of like if it's not Christine, not if I've used Adrian and George before, or I go directly to Greg, right? And because again, it doesn't matter how much you know, how well you can present this, especially if it's a prospect, you need a third party validation. It's very important, right? Now, if you're not the one presenting and you're getting your prospect to, let's say, to Adrian, to George, to present, or Christine or whatever, guess what? Don't forget to edify. Because guess what? Your prospect knows you. They don't know Adrian, they don't know George, they don't know Christine, or they don't know Greg, right? So it's up to you to edify whoever's going to speak so that you're transferring your belief in your leader to them. And that makes it so much easier for the speaker, for the presenter, for your mentor to actually connect with your prospect. Okay. So again, I apologize if I didn't give you a real script because you know it's a lot. Your presentation is going to be more organic if you actually have your own personal way of presenting it. Hopefully I just gave you like enough nuggets to kind of use for the presentation. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to turn it back over to Adrian. I'm sorry I kind of went over the time limit. And then I'm going to find that PDF file. I'm going to put it in the chat so everyone can download it. Okay.
So Nilbert, thank you so much. By the way, you are just so incredible. I knew you were the perfect person to go through this with everybody because you're just so like, just absolutely just, I feel like you hit every slide in the right way without it being too much. And I know everyone's about to go do 1,000 presentations and invite people on Blitz calls. So you have an expectation of the new slide deck that's out there. It's already ready for download in the Legacy Makers WhatsApp chat. There is a PowerPoint that you can download. It's in there now. And I'll make sure to get it up on the website as well, but you guys should be able to download it straight from WhatsApp to your device, either your phone or your desktop. But Nilbert, that was perfect. And I want to double down on one thing real quickly that you shared, which is the edification piece. When it comes to presenting, if it's two people together, you're always edifying each other. I don't care if you're 2 days in the business or 200 years in the business. And the reason that's important is because if you do not, they will not find value in what that person is going to say regardless. So you must have a bio of some sort. You must have a highlight reel, something to say that's good about that person. And I'm going to say this every single time you're doing something with another person. It doesn't even have to be like what you would consider a full-fledged leader. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we had a gal that was like so excited about the GLP-3 product that she invited Nicole to come share with a personal trainer. And when Nicole showed up, that person didn't edify her at all. They're like, oh, here's my friend Nicole. She's going to tell you about this new product. Was that helpful? No, Nicole's a 3-star elite. She's a 6-figure income earner. Why was that not shared? How do you dive into the business? How do you dive into the deeper parts of what we're doing here with this incredible new product if we don't edify appropriately, right? So you are constantly edifying the other person, whether it's, you're brand new or, been doing this 1,000 years. I just want to say that presenting of any kind, whether it's in person, whether it's online, you must have edification. All right, that's another non-negotiable. outside of smart chip edification, my friends. Okay, so Nilbert, thank you so much again. You are a rock star. Absolutely adore you. And you did such a beautiful job on this. There was not a more perfect person for it, to be honest. And so I just really appreciate you going through this with everybody so that you guys have a base and a knowledge to be able to go out and start presenting and sharing. And it's okay if it's imperfect, but you do deserve to get out there and start sharing this on your own or with somebody else. So, okay, wanted to share that. And then I just want to do a quick rally. I want to do one more time. I want to do a quick rally. And I know Shannon has a few things she wants to share too. And if you need to jump off, certainly I don't want to hold you. But I just want to say one quick thing. And I just want to say this. Today is a new day for GLP-3. This is one of those moments we're going to look back on and say that this launch changed everything. So this new product, it's about the timing, right? The timing could not be more perfect. We have new product excitement, which equals easy conversations today. You have packs and promos, which equals bigger orders and bigger pay. You guys are going to have some of the biggest paychecks you've ever had this week if you play your cards right. Momentum equals faster ranks and faster team growth. You've got to be on it. So if you've been waiting for a sign to build it big and you didn't start yesterday, please let today be your day. Like this is it. So we're in this rare window where the company is literally handing us the tools and the buzz, and the leaders who move first are the ones who are going to win the most. So some of you guys may be like, oh gosh, here she goes again. She's crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy about getting skinny and getting rich. Don't you want to do that? Let's go. So you guys grab your promo pack today. The site is back up. You got to start sharing your story. Tell people what you're excited about. I know you haven't tried the product for a full 5 days yet. It's okay. Share the science, share the tools, right? I want you to treat this like a real business launch, which means you got to get out there. You've got to get people excited, because when timing plus belief plus action collides, you actually create your own breakout season. All right, so let's go. So Shannon, go ahead. I know you have a few things you want to share, but I just wanted to reiterate that down again for everybody. That is what you're doing today. All right.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead, Shannon.
exactly. Well, Nilbert, that was fabulous training. Thank you so much. I know we have a few new people on the call, and and Jackie. So I see Jackie, one of my people, just joined in, so I'm excited about that. But I just wanted to, yes, double down on these packs, because oh my gosh, right now, you guys, this is what can move you from, if you're looking to rank up, this gives you those extra points. I always buy as many as I can, because it's when you need the push, it's like bonus points. It's like, I've often heard Adrian talk about Mario Kart, getting all your points, right? So like, get your points, because these are what can help you push forward to those ranks that you want. And when you rank up, of course, your whole team follows your 3 stars, right? And all of that momentum is just pushed forward. So I am so excited. My phone has not stopped blowing up about this product. People are like, I need it, I need it. When can I get it? How long is it going to take? I think we all have those questions, but I can guarantee you, you want to get your order in now. And I'm not an order pusher. I want you to know that. I never have been. I'm not like, you got to do an order, but I am when I know what's best for people. I am when I know it's going to help them in the ladder. It's going to make such a huge difference for you. And that's what will run you to 3-star pro, 3-star elite, and get you into that 4-star mode. So I'm just super excited about this. And you can't overshare, and you can't do it wrong. You can't do it wrong. Anything you do right now is fine. Post, or connect. I mean, really, I'm doing a lot of one-to-one messages, because I got, I think there's more power in that, or voice message, so I know that we're really taught that a lot, just, hey, or if somebody's sitting there, and you've got some time with them, have you ever wanted to lose weight? Go ahead, Nilbert, sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I was going to go right after it. There's one thing I want to remind
Okay.
everyone as well. Thank you.
So I just, you just have to trust. And when any of your main leaders are always going to have your back at you, we never are going to take you down a wrong path, because you're ours, and we love you, and we don't want you to go anywhere. So just know that it's all there for you. And this Tuesday, Thursday thing, this is kind of, it reminded me of what we did back when, Adrian, like you guys buddied up in doing Tuesday, Thursday. And so, that is, there's a lot of power in that. Get your people to the calls, and Adrian's going to be doing that Thursday one at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, I'm sure. So like that's a big deal. So, and Nicole's on Tuesday. So exciting stuff, but you don't have a lot of time because this pack only runs, or it runs out on the 19th. So you don't have a lot of time to consider. And I have a lot of people just, if you need options, right? Some of us do need options. If you're in a spot where you're like, well, I don't know if I want to invest. We did a figure, it was near that $1,000 pack right now buys you retail product to put on a shelf if you want. And all the kickback money you get when you cycle is $2,400 worth. $2,400. You're getting paid to rep the product. You just got to do the initial investment, right? You're getting paid. So like you're gonna double your money. Like where else can you double your money? And it's gonna fly off the shelf. So just, yeah, you got to have a little faith in it, but we all, a little faith in putting it out there. But it will. I tell you, I could have probably sold 15 bottles on my way home. People are looking for a product like this. So it's all natural. And I'll tell you, Eric won't mind me sharing, he's done GLP-1 shots, and the muscle mass thing is a big deal. Like it really is, and you don't always feel well and all the side effects. And so you've got the natural. You've got the natural. People are gonna love this product. Okay, go take it away, Nilbert.
I just wanted to also mention this is especially for the experienced leaders here. When your team is buying the Power Up, the $1,000 pack, please always make sure I'm glad the back office already tells you which leg the Power Up points are gonna go, right? Before you kind of really have to figure it out, right? But now it tells you. Now, if you have a situation where the person is buying the PowerPoint and it's going to go on a leg opposite where the person already has previous PowerPoints, you just have to sit down with that person and kind of look at their business a little bit deeper, right? Because having PowerPoints on both sides it's a little difficult. It makes it a little difficult. So, and Adrian knows what I'm talking about because there's several people who went through that. But I'm just saying that as leaders, just make sure you guide your people the right way. For the new people, no question. Like Shannon mentioned, it's a no-brainer, right? It's definitely you're basically banking, you're basically depositing money in your account that you can cash later on. That's as simple as it is. It's like what? How many cycles is that? I think it's
25.
800 and some.
So
Yeah, monetarily, it's like 800 some dollars worth of cycles. Okay, so you're depositing over $800 in your back office that you can cash out later, right? It's sitting. It's not going to go away. It's there forever, right? So that's it. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. This has been such a great team call. Tracy, do you have a comment or a question real quick? We're just a little over, but I'll give you a few minutes. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Yes, I do have. Can you hear me? Am I
I
on?
can. Yep, go
Okay,
ahead.
great. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yes, my question is, Nilbert said for the next 2 weeks, people can join for $1.
Yes.
I have several friends that have joined and said it's too expensive, but they're like me, they're fighting their fat. So I think they'll be very interested in the $200 new wonderful product. My question to you is they were on my team last year. I don't know if they're still there, but they haven't been buying anything. I believe they will buy this. Will they have to just pay $1, or will I have to pay like I had to pay? Wasn't quite $30, but they took $29 or something. So
So I
that's my
think
question.
Yeah, so if they already have a brand ambassador account, whether it's active or inactive, they're going to have to get up to active status by placing any order. But if they're up for renewal, the renewal is not part of the dollar promo, and they will be paying the 30 or the $30 basically. So that was a question we had yesterday. Great question, Tracy. So yeah, if they need to renew, they'll pay the $30 plus their order. If they don't need to renew and just need to activate, they can just simply go in and place an order. All right, go ahead, Mei Ling.
Thanks, Adrian. I have a customer who is going to be converting to a BA, so she can get she's going to do the 3-pack. She would be able to get the one to do it for $1, would she not? Because she's been a retail customer.
Yeah, I believe if she's enrolling as a brand new or upgrading to BA, I think that's the way it would work. A great question. I don't know until you try. So I would go try to upgrade her and see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's a great question, though. Yeah, I'm sure. I would assume so because she's never been a BA, but so yeah, so that's what I would assume. Yeah.
Great call.
All right. Any other questions, my friends? We got to get to work. Last night I was pixie sticking kinetic on Shannon's call because I had one eye open. That's how many Zooms I did yesterday. Go get to work, okay? Go call some people. Go ahead, Karen. Do you want to share?
Hi, Adrian. Yes.
Hi.
Can you clarify the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Now, I thought it was at 8 o'clock Eastern time was going to be Dr. Dan, but is it going to be you and then Nicole?
No, so we sort of piggybacked because Dr. Dan's is a repeat of the same presentation. So they're doing repeats of his all week. And I just wanted to offer more of a business opportunity, not just a GLP announcement. So Nicole's going to be doing the same opportunity Nilbert went through today. She's going to be doing that tonight, but we are going to talk about the GLP-3 on it. I'm going to add a slide in there. Probably should have done that before I sent that to all of you guys. I'll get to it. All right. So, I don't know if it's the lack of sleep. I don't know. So anyways, I'll get that to you guys. And then I'll be doing the same thing on Thursday. It'll be a full presentation, opportunity presentation. So product, business, and all together. Yeah. All right. EJ, go ahead. You're welcome. Yeah.
A note for a note. I went in and signed up a new BA last night, and when it came up as 30, but as soon as I selected the 200 pack, it dropped down to $1.
Yeah.
So just don't be faked out by that 30. That's why I'm for your friend.
Okay. Beautiful, BJ. That's helpful. Thank you. Go ahead, Mei Ling.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was like a really important question and I can't remember.
Oh, shoot. You could always text me later.
The presentation, yours and Nicole's presentations, they're at the same time as Dr. Dan's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So will Dr. Dan's recording be available to us? Like
eventually, they're not released. I haven't seen it be released yet. If anybody has, great, but I don't think they're doing that this week because they want it to be like a live blitz, right? Okay. So they're not going to send you the recording, even though that would be fantastic. They want you getting people on live. And I want you getting people on live, but I also want to talk about the business. So that's going to be why we offered those two up at the same time, just because it's a really popular time for people to be able to jump on. So, yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. Nicole and I were like, but there's no business. I'm like, I know. We can always get them more GLP-3 info, but what we're not doing is we need to be talking about the business opportunity as well. So making that available for you guys. So jump on. Nicole's is a different Zoom link. Mine is this one. Okay, but Nicole's is Nicole's Zoom link. So if you saw those graphics go out there, and I believe, did I put them in Facebook yet? I did. I think I put them in the WhatsApp as well. If not, I think I did. So go in there, you guys. If you can go into media links and docs, it should be in there. You guys can download and text 10 people to jump on and listen to Nicole talk about the GLP product and the opportunity tonight. So I'm going to go upgrade that right now. I'm going to put in that. So I'm not going to say a ton about it. I think we're just going to do the highlight reel, the overview, let them know it's available because again, they have to onboard as a BA to purchase it anyways. So, so we'll get that info in there. Okay. Any other questions, my friends? You guys are
Adrian,
awesome.
just remember to get the dollar discount, you have to have 100 CV.
Yeah, thank you.
Sales, you have to have that to get the discount. So And that
Okay.
don't matter what products you buy, but get them on the sales. So
Awesome. Thank you for that reminder, Kenya. Yes, Mei-Ling.
Okay, real quick, can I get on your WhatsApp group?
Oh yeah, it's
Give me
it's
some-
everywhere. Let me send you the link. It's here we go. Let me get it for you. Let me see here. Oh, all righty. Invite, add, invite link, copy link, copy. Okay, going in the chat right now. Here it is. Okay, so if you can see that, it's right there. I don't know if are you able to tap on it or touch it or did it work? Did I send it to everybody? Oh no, hold on. It's not in there. Hold on. Now it is. Does everyone see that?
I think that there was a issue with,
Oh, right, the
it looks
QR. Let me grab the
clickable.
QR. Yeah, just 1 second. QR code. So if you want to, let me take a snapshot real quick.
It clicked for me.
Did it work for you? See,
It
some
worked for
people, sometimes
me.
it works
I
and
don't
sometimes it
know.
doesn't, and I don't get
I
it.
know, that's what Astrid was telling me, is sometimes the links don't work, so,
Yeah.
but they look live, like if you click on that Legacy Makers team.
Looks live. But so I just put that image in there. If you guys want to take a screenshot of it or just scan it with your phone real quick, you can. I'm just putting everything out there. It's very generic group. As you know, we might have a Legacy Makers team name or whatever, but we're all one team here. It doesn't matter if you're upline, downline, sideline. I don't care. It's never the way that I've never cared about that. I just want people to win and be happy. And so, whatever that means to you. Okay. So you guys are welcome to be a part of it. I've never tried to self-promote myself in any way. We're all leaders here. Okay. We're all leaders here. So yes, feel free to add to the group. And I just try to push out all the content that I know is working. So I'm happy to have you guys on board and to add your people there. All right. Well, you guys, I got stuff to do. I got to go get to work. Okay. I don't know about you, but I got to go talk to some people and I got to fix a presentation. Okay. All right. Okay.
Bye.
You guys, let's have a great day. Make it a great day. If nobody's told you they loved you yet today, I love you. You're loved. Go out there and love on some other people. All right. We'll see you later. We'll see you on tonight. Bye, you guys. Have a great day. Thank you again, Nilbert. You're a star.